everybody. Welcome to One More with Danny Coleman. First off, let me thank all of you who commented or tuned in on my brief Facebook Live video. It's
Preview.
Have you used that yet? It's an amazing
Is it?
marketing tool. It's amazing.
I
marketing
accidentally hit it, and I'm always like doing something weird, like driving.
You weren't in a bathroom or something?
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
that'd be terrible.
Good. I'm glad. Welcome to One More with Danny Coleman. I am Danny Coleman, and this is the show that's going to bring you one more author, one more musician, one more talent, one more actor, actress, pretty much one more of anything we can think of. If you want to give me suggestions for what you would like to see on One More, please do so by emailing dcoleman.drice, dcoleman, D-R-I-C-E, at Carousel Arts. Or no, wait, gmail.com. I don't have a Carousel Arts email yet. My mind is in 1,000 places. dcoleman.drice at gmail to help your suggestions along, maybe. But tonight, we are coming to you live from Monmouth Music in Red Bank, New Jersey. As I said once again, if you saw us on Facebook, you saw Mario and I, Mario DeBar Music, in store. By the way, join the Carousel Arts YouTube. You can get our own personal URL. We're getting up there. I don't know, we've got 20 or 30 subscribers so far, whatever it is, over the last month and a half that we've been doing. Stream. One more live stream. One more with Danny Coleman. Just look it up on Facebook. By the Downtown All-Stars of Red Bank, as well as these people who provide these amazing pastries that my guest is thoroughly enjoying at the moment. Antoinette Boulangerie, 32 Monmouth Street, our next door neighbors right here in Red Bank, New Jersey. So, without further rambling on, my guest this evening, go ahead, take your time. We got about an hour and 10 minutes left.
Oh, we got plenty of time.
We got all kinds of time. My guest tonight, somebody I haven't seen in quite a while, and I'm sure you're still as incredibly talented as you were the last time we crossed paths.
Thank you.
Mr. Colton Kayser. Hey, Colton Kayser. That's it. Thank you. I hear you. That's better. Hey, give him applause. Give him applause when I'm leaving. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Colton, what's going on, buddy? I saw you got some new pictures taken.
Yeah.
That I saw you sent. Now I have to tell everybody that Colton is really helping me out of a jam. For those of you who are tuning in tonight expecting to see Danny Rongo, unfortunately, Danny had an unfortunate death of a family member, and he couldn't be with us. So we're going to have to reschedule Danny, but Colton generously stepped up in his place. You're doing a great job so far, big guy.
Solid.
You showed up. That's very important.
Yep.
Very important. So you have some new pictures.
A new record out regularly.
Yeah,
about a week and a half ago. We started in Asbury, then we went to Philly. We went to Kent, Ohio, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Nashville, Harrisonburg, Virginia, Baltimore, D.C., and then we ended up back in Jersey for a day, and we ended the tour in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I do these big circles every couple of months.
That's all right.
Yeah,
now
and
that's a tour.
I keep like pushing them further and further as we go.
Good.
Yeah.
Now you said we. Who was along with you?
I for this type of tour, I normally go solo. I do have a band now, but I'm going solo for the most part for this type of tour. I usually go with another acoustic artist. I went with a band called Ragged Lines. Right now they're acoustic, but they're building. They will be a full band soon. I actually just played a show with them. My band and I did a weekender actually last week, and we played a show with them. And they had one more member, so they're gonna keep sprouting up. You know what I mean? But
Adding on,
yeah. But I usually take one person with me and another touring artist, just so there's I don't have to drive alone or whatever, or just be alone in like a foreign place. But
in a foreign country,
yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah, but I took my buddy Will with me this time. I talked him into coming midnight like the night before. So like you never know what's gonna happen. It was a good time.
He went to take a ride with me to 7-Eleven, and then you never come back.
Yeah, we disappeared
like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Well, That's great because last I had spoken with you, you had only had out, I think, the one
Yeah,
CD.
my self-titled record. Yep.
Right, the original, which was great because you write songs based on, something that happened to you as early as this morning.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat that way that you do that. Excuse me. So, all right. Well, tell everybody who's watching. Tell everybody who's watching at home. Tell them about Colton Kayser. You started performing and playing guitar.
Well, I started listening to the radio very heavily as a kid, probably around 8 or 9. I named my bike after the call letters of WBGO 88.3, New York's jazz station, which at the time I had no idea what was going on. But so I got a guitar around 11, and I started singing around 12, and I started writing basically the minute I got the guitar, and it's kind of been my main focus ever since.
Wow, you started that early?
Yeah.
How old were you when you wrote your first tune?
First song that I can remember, I don't know, probably 13, 14.
Okay.
I'm 26 now, so.
Was it about a girl?
Probably.
Oh.
Either that or it was like lunchtime or something.
About the teacher who gave you a bad grade. Right?
That could be.
That could be too.
Yeah.
Actually, believe it or not, Randy Bachman.
Yes.
Of Bachman Turner Overdrive. And guess who?
Right.
He told me he actually got, because I've been fortunate, I interviewed him a couple times. He told me that he actually got suspended from school. The guy got suspended from Nash. The guy got suspended from school for bringing his guitar, skipping gym class, and playing in the bushes to hide while he played his guitar. And he used to do it with another rock star from Winnipeg, not Neil Young, although they were from the same town.
Right.
But it was somebody else. But that's just so funny, they don't realize how they inspire you. He hated gym class, so he started bringing his guitar in, But it happens. So you have your first self-titled disc.
Right, and then I just put out a record called Place to Settle. Which,
why? What's with that title?
Well, I mean, when I wrote the record or when I was in the process of writing the record, I had a lot of different things going on in my life. I just got out of grad school. Hurricane Sandy basically destroyed my dad's house. I just got out of a pretty serious relationship, and I was basically a mess. So that record kind of helped me get out of that mess and figure out what I'm doing.
Where'd you record it?
I recorded at Lake House Recording Studios.
Oh.
John Ludersdorf produced it. Yep.
In Asbury Park. Oh, nice.
Yep. He produced my first record too, and we've co-written a bunch. And then I also wrote a song called "Love My Life" with Joe Perella.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you had co-wrote with John. That's great.
Yeah,
How'd that come about?
Well, I interned at Lake House Music years ago, back in the day when I was in college, and
God,
you're around creative people, creative things start happening.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Nash? We got to find out. So who put this? Somebody put something in my coffee, making me cough, really? Nash. I think so. Oh. Who roofied my coffee, Nash? We got to find out about this. Sorry, you hear a voice from beyond.
Nice.
We got a good crew here at OneMore with Danny Coleman. That's right, OneMore with Danny Coleman. Okay, so you put this. How many tracks?
This record's 10 songs.
10.
Yeah.
Okay, and how many's your first one?
12.
Right, so you've done a couple of full lengths.
Yeah, and I mean, what's cool about this record is what's different from it is we track the basics live. So basically, we got in a room with 5 or 6 people and just spent 2 sessions tracking all the songs. And then we overdubbed lead vocals, some organ parts, some guitar parts.
Who played on the record?
A lot of people. Let me jog my memory here. Mike Lenardi played drums on it.
Okay.
Cody McQuarrie and Eric Romero both played bass on it. Jonathan T played piano on it.
Jonathan T.
Yeah. Roshane, I call him Roshane Karate Chops. I'll pronounce his name one day. He played organ and keys on it. Jeff Levine played organ on it. PK Lavengood played guitar on it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. Alex Brumell played guitar on it. Who am I forgetting? I played on it. Duh. I think that's everybody. Somebody's gonna call me and be like, "Yo, what are you talking about?"
How come you forgot me?
Yeah. But that was basically the core of the group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they were just coming and going from Lake House.
Yeah.
Lake House is handling a lot of the young artists. Now you're from where originally though? What?
I grew up in Monmouth Beach,
Monmouth Beach.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I knew
New
you
Jersey.
from that area too.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter goes to Monmouth University.
Nice. So did
But,
I.
Did you? Is that where
Yeah.
you graduated from?
Yep. I got my undergrad is music industry, and then I got an MBA there. Afterwards.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Man, a lot's been going on since I last left you.
Yeah.
What were you, like 6 when I met you? Or what?
I don't know. You probably I was
you were
22 maybe. 23.
Probably 4
Yeah.
or 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about you the other day. So it was kind of ironic when Matt said, I might have Colton Kayser to come on tonight.
Nice. Yeah. I woke up. I saw a message from Matt, and I was like, yeah, all right, I'll do it.
Well, and again, for those of you at home expecting Danny Rongo, who has a one-man musical theatrical production coming up, actually December 10th at the Monmouth Academy of Musical Arts in Morganville. Danny was going to come on the show to promote that, but he had to unexpectedly cancel due to a unfortunate situation with a family member. So Colton stepped up, as I said, once again to take his place, which I can't thank you enough.
You got it, man. I'm like
By
Field
the
of
way.
Dreams. You book it, I'll be there.
If you book it, I'll be there.
Yeah.
So, I forget where I was going with this. Probably because they roofied my coffee.
Nice.
In a second, I'm going to pass out, and it's all yours, man.
It's all right.
It's going to be like The Hangover. So, well, first of all, let's have your websites.
Okay, so
Get that out there.
my main website is www.coltonkayser, COLTONKAYSER.com. That's COLTONKAYSER.com. That basically links to everything. I mean, if you search my name on Facebook, my Facebook page will pop up, Twitter, it'll all pop up. I feel like, in a sense, that Twitter and Facebook are kind of dying, at least in terms of, getting, what do you call it? Interaction with other people. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like Twitter is just a big party where everybody's screaming and nobody's listening. I don't know if that's the case, but that's how I feel about it. And
I kind of feel that way about Facebook.
yeah. Well, for me, I see the most interaction on Instagram. And it's easier to connect with people too.
Now, I have an Instagram account
Mm-hmm.
for my radio show.
Right.
We haven't started one for this program yet. But isn't the whole purpose of Instagram to post something so that it goes to those 2 different sites as well?
Well, you can share it. Like, I'll post something on Instagram and share it to both, or I'll
Right.
post something on Facebook and share it to Twitter. I haven't done that with Instagram. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but normally, I don't know. It's just, I feel like having an image associated or a video with whatever you're trying to talk about at the time is the best way to go.
Do they allow you more than 15 seconds now on Instagram? That's why I stopped using it.
I'm sure. I think so. I don't know, to tell you the truth. But I don't know, because with Facebook, with the algorithm, like, you have to pay to, like, that for your fans to see your stuff, which you'll see, something on Instagram will get 120 likes, and then on my Facebook page, it'll get like 10. And that's because I didn't pay $5 to get it out to 800 people or whatever. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, yeah, I have that problem with Facebook, too. I mean,
Yeah.
Facebook they're going to turn around and they're going to just market themselves out of the market.
Well, what I feel what's happening
They're
is.
going to go the way of MySpace.
I feel like it's always going to be there, and it's always going to be kind of a crucial thing to have. But like, I think there's probably, in my opinion, there's more weight on an artist's Instagram account for what they're like, an actual measure of what they're doing,
Right.
than what their actual Facebook says.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, think about it. My personal page,
Mm-hmm.
because of this show, because of my radio show, I don't know, I've got like 46 or 4,700 friends.
Right.
Right? I know about 3, but I've got 4,700 friends. And when I create an event via my radio show page,
Mm-hmm.
it only lets me invite
50 people.
17 to 50.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's cut me off at 17, saying
That's
you're out of
crazy.
invites.
Yeah.
I got 4,700 friends. How am I out of invites?
Yeah.
But if you pay $5, great. You pay $5, they boost it to 30 people.
Yeah, I understand, like, they have to monetize and they have to figure out how to make money and keep building it. But, like...
See, that's what I don't understand either. Monetize it. Okay, yes, but they get so much from the advertising that's done on Facebook. Do they really have to charge the users too?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a question that I have. Because if it wasn't for us, but you know what Facebook is like? Facebook is like the cable company. You know, you're going to complain and complain and complain about your bill, and you're going to complain that they say they'll be there between 10 and 2 and they don't show up till 6.
Right.
But until you stop buying their product en masse, they'll just keep getting away with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of, for my personal page, I don't want to, overpost my music stuff too much. I kind of try to keep that personal now. But you can just tell the interaction is different between a music page or a professional page, for that matter,
right,
and your own personal page. So,
which is really funny because nobody, I don't want to say nobody, but 99% of the people contact me on my personal page.
Yeah.
As opposed to the radio show page.
Well, I mean, basically how I book these tours is, through contacts through Facebook. I've built a network up through trading shows and, basically meeting people while I'm out, wherever I'm out at, whatever state or town I'm in. And I book a good chunk of my shows, like probably about 85% of them through Facebook Messenger.
And you should be a shining example to the rest of our ilk. Because musicians are horrible. We've talked about this multiple times. They're very horrible at self-promotion.
I am not horrible at self-promotion.
No.
I could probably learn, but I'm not. Like, you kind of have to. It's super necessary.
Unless you're going to pay several $1,000s to a PR rep to, put you out there. You've got to put you out there.
Yeah, and I think that's just kind of like a mental barrier that, people have to get over sometimes.
I was just talking about this last night, actually. They were saying, I was bemoaning the fact that musicians will not post where they're going to be until either when they get the gig 6 weeks before it.
Right.
They'll create a Facebook event and never repost it again until like a day or so before. I actually had somebody, I did a songwriter circle at Murray Grove.
Oh, okay.
And one of the artists didn't post anything about it till the day of. How are you supposed to help me put people in there? I don't know your fan base. You know your fan base. Right?
Yeah.
Get it out there. Shameless self-promotion, people. Shameless self-promotion. And, you have to be able to do that. And a lot of people don't understand that. And that's in anything.
Yeah, but I just feel like people are uncomfortable with doing that sometimes. And I guess it's like a, oh, look at me kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Some people.
But you have to, like, separate that and ask yourself what your goals are and what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're trying to get people to a show or you're trying to, promote a record or you're trying to promote a tour, you have to go out there and push it. I mean, that's just the name of the game.
Somebody said to me one time that all musicians are narcissists. And at first I took...
Narcissists with low self-esteem. How about that?
And I took offense to that. At first I took offense. I was like, whoa.
Well, I mean...
I don't do this so people say, look at me. I mean, I'm a drummer, for God's sake. I'm stuck in the back.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking about it. And he's right. We do it so people will say, oh, wow, that's really good. We really enjoyed listening to you. To give you the inspiration to continue. Or to give them the inspiration to buy your material so you can make a living. So...
I just feel like self-promotion and being out there and, taking pictures of yourself and putting them out there and promoting is just part of the game. It's just, if you want to survive at this, it's just what you have to do.
Well...
You know what I mean? And it's not just music. It's basically anything. You got to treat yourself as, your own startup, essentially. And the kind of, the image that you're portraying is essentially yourself. So
Exactly. And how you want to present yourself.
Yeah.
But, you know what you need to do?
What?
You need to keep your eyes open for the next charity compilation CD.
Oh, good.
Produced by the Downtown All-Stars of Red Bank. Magic on the Navasink will feature the original works of such artists as Colossal Street Jam, Dawn Hopkins, DJ Pinelli, and John Hathaway. Magic on the Navasink is being produced to benefit the Red Bank Elks Lodge number 233 Veterans Support Programs. The Downtown All-Stars first compilation disc, Bright Lights on Broad Street, was in support of Little Kids Rock, which provides free music, instruction, and instruments to underserviced public school districts around and across the United States. It's available on the Downtown All-Stars website and from select retailers. Excuse me. The Downtown All-Stars of Red Bank is a collective of local musicians and performing artists bound together to raise both funds and awareness for charities and worthy causes using the immeasurable power of music. Go to redbankallstars.com and follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/redbankallstars for more information. And that's a whole bunch of our good friends are involved with that Downtown All-Stars charity there. Asbury Music Awards are coming up. Did you get nominated this year?
Yes, I got nominated for a number of them. Top indie/alt rock band. I kind of fell into a band from the record release show that I put together. The guys wanted to stay and play, which is phenomenal. And it's most of the people who played on the record. I play with Mike Lenardi on drums, Cody McCory on bass. My buddy Pete Rica plays lead guitar. And then Ro plays keys.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I play, whatever needs to be filled in. But so we got nominated for top indie/alt rock band. Place to Settle got nominated for record of the year. Bad Guy got nominated. It's one of my songs. Got nominated for song of the year. Love My Life got nominated for top single release, and then the music video for Love My Life got nominated for top music video. So
fantastic. That's good. I got my nod for the 6th year in a row.
There you go.
Top radio personality. I am the Susan Lucci of the Asbury Music Awards. Just to let you know that. Nash, what they put in my coffee?
Is there whiskey in that coffee or something?
No, but there should be.
Yeah.
You want some? I'm trying to poison you.
Yes, I want some. You just finished this tour.
Yes.
Do we have plans for another one?
Yeah. I'm working on March right now. I'll probably go back out late March. We do 10 days to 2 weeks.
Okay.
I like doing like intense bursts. I don't like taking days off, so I'm gonna keep building that and building that and building that. The first tour I ever did was a month straight, and it was a little too ambitious for the time because I wasn't, I didn't have an idea of what I was doing yet. But that's kind of how you learn. And we did a month, and we went all the way out to Denver, Colorado, and then down to Austin, Texas, and then back east and up. We did a big circle. It was about, I think it was like 25 days or something like that.
Did you hit South by Southwest?
No, this was
with that, or?
No, this is the middle of August.
Right.
I went with a buddy of mine. His name's Abel Thought. He's an artist from Providence, Rhode Island.
All right.
And I met him on the internet, actually, which is where I meet most of my musical compatriots now.
To Catch a Predator, internet style. Musicians 101.
But yeah, there's a big network of musicians all over the country just trading shows and trying to get out there. And we all help each other out, and the best part about it is I got friends and collaborators all over the place now. So
exactly, networking. Yeah. Now, when you say trading shows,
yes,
I know what you're talking about, but the people at home may not.
Yeah,
Can you elaborate on
essentially how it works is you help an artist from another area, another scene, get a show around here, in your local area, and then they help you out when you're in their town. And this doesn't always involve shows too. I mean, I let plenty of people crash at my house if they're on the road, or if somebody's looking for any kind of information about how to get a gig around here, I'll just help as much as I can.
That's like, there's a friend of mine. He owns a store in Bordentown.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever played the Record Collector?
No, I have not.
Okay. There's he owns a store down the street called the Man Cave.
Okay.
Randy was the main promoter and booking agent for City Gardens.
Okay.
The legendary club.
Big club.
In Trenton,
Yeah,
right?
80s.
And Randy, excuse me, Randy used to let the bands that came through there if they had nowhere to go or were in between, used to let him crash on his couch. He's like, Danny, you have no idea.
Who slept on his couch?
Green Day slept
Yeah,
on my
I
couch.
believe it.
Henry Rollins slept on my couch. And those bands all came through City Gardens.
Yep.
It's called City Garbage. I'm from Trenton, or Hamilton. So, it's whoever's sleeping on your couch may be the next megastar of the populace. So, one of the things that Scott Stamper said several years ago at the Asbury Music Awards was, these people are writing the next cover tunes of tomorrow. So supporting live and original music, or supporting the arts, which is what we're trying to do here, right, Nash? We're trying to support the arts, right? Nash, the number one man here. See, he's my go-to guy.
Hi, Nash.
He keeps me level by it's comforting to look over at Nash.
Got it.
Matter of fact, stay tuned at home. We might even turn the camera on Nash a little bit, but we're gonna you never know. But the to network and to support live local music, so is essential, and which is the whole reason for my radio show and for shows like this, to throw light on people, because I don't think people really understand who aren't musicians. They know they just want to go out to a bar and dance, or they want to go out to a bar and see a cover band, or they want to they want to be entertained. They don't see that you get there and you have to haggle for the 3 drachmas that the bar owner wants to pay you, or for the deal that the club wants to, we'll let you there, but you got to pay for your drinks, or you got to.
Well, I mean, to alleviate that, especially on the road, I do a lot of like DIY touring. You play houses, art galleries, art spaces.
Okay, doing house concerts.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
nice.
by and large, they work much better than at my level than playing a club. Because if I can't get a guarantee, I can play a house show and make a decent amount of money. It'll get me down to the next gig.
Get you down to the next gig.
Yeah.
Right?
So.
I mean, there's a heavy metal club, in Trenton called Champs,
Mm-hmm.
and I was doing a gig there because they had like a blues night or something. I was in a blues band years ago, and I was doing a gig there, and some of the metal acts that were going to be there the next night
Mm-hmm.
had come out just to hang out and
Scope it out, yeah.
And they were, you start talking to these guys, and they're from Chicago, they're from Texas, they're from Midwestern towns, and they're traveling in this beat up van, and they're like, we're just hoping to make enough money to get gas and some food tomorrow morning so we can get to the next gig. So we can get, after we leave here, we need to get there to the next gig. So if you could help us out, that'd be great. Tell everybody about it. It's a rough life to follow your passion.
It's a lifestyle, that's for sure. It's not a...
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it an occupation. I'd call it a lifestyle.
Yeah. What makes you do it?
I have to do it. I mean, I could probably get a pretty decent job right now, but I have to do it. There's something within me that tells me you have to do this. I've turned down a lot of lucrative jobs, and I don't know. I just have to do it. I don't have an answer for you.
People don't understand. I don't think a lot of people understand passion, like what you just described.
Yeah.
It's especially if you're a musician or you're an artist, or there are things you would. I know guys that would rather sleep in a ditch than give up playing their guitar, or like you just said, have turned down jobs that would make them financially secure. But this is missing.
Yeah.
Their insides are not where they want to be,
I feel like at this point in my life, I rather experience things than have a routine and some, security.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I totally admire that. And I admire that because most people do it the other way around.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'd be miserable if I wasn't doing it. So.
Right. I mean, I made the mistake, and I shouldn't say it wasn't a mistake. It's what I thought I had to do at the time. I got married in my mid-20s. I had kids before I was ready to have my first child. I put down stopped gigging for about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started up again around 2000. And I realized how much I missed it. I realized what was missing over those years was my passion. I'd get up in the morning, go to work, come home, play with the kids, tuck them in, get up in the morning, go to work. It became a routine. And the best thing that probably could have happened to me was my back injury from that same job, because it forced me to return to my passion. Now I have nowhere near the cash flow I had when I was married and had that routine job. But in so many ways, I'm so much happier. What would you be doing if you weren't doing this? Can you imagine it?
Well, I mean, I've had a couple different jobs out of grad school, and I basically saved enough money to make the record and made the record with the money. But I don't know. I don't know, to tell you the truth. I like teaching a lot. It's part of what I do. I teach a lot of, I've taught almost at every level, essentially, for music. Okay. I'm going to teach a college class on Wednesday, which is interesting. That'll be my first. But I've taught anywhere from like preschool to super old.
Hey, super old.
I'm looking at you. Come on. But I mean, I like teaching a lot. I'd probably do something like that. I mean, I could work in an office, but I did that for a while, and I felt like I was wasting my time. Do you know what I mean?
You want more?
Yeah.
I know, because I go through it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, because I am super old, I take medications. A couple different medications. Darn heredity. But so I need a job that's going to afford me benefits to do
right,
that.
to cover it.
But I'm not going to kid you. Every day I go there, I wish I was doing something else. I wish I was doing this.
Right.
I wish that I was hosting a radio show or a TV show or I was on tour with somebody. Playing music, making music, or that somebody would hire me to say, you know what, I want you to be an entertainment writer for this magazine, or I want you to interview these people, and which is why I do this. I do this because I enjoy it, and I do it to give artists like you exposure. Because if these smaller market things don't do it, you have to keep. I mean, face it. How many times are you going to be on a major news network in a week?
At this point, well, I don't know. I'd have to murder somebody or something. But
exactly. You have to do something so drastic.
At this level. But,
at this level. Yeah. Well, even if you look at even the big rock stars. I mean, somebody kicks off a tour. Sure, you'll see Lady Gaga or whatever on the news, or if she does, or at the Grammy Awards, or at this, you're going to see them. But you're not going to see them every night of the week.
No, that's true.
You're not going to see them once a week, even on a sit-down talk show. That just doesn't happen. Once you hit that level, that stuff kind of goes away. So you have to do it here. It has to start from the beginning, which is why I said at the top of the show, it's so important to give artists like Colton support. Because you've got some really good music, which we're going to hear at the end of the program. Colton's going to play a couple live for us. If you're just clicking in, this is OneMore with Danny Coleman. I'm Danny Coleman. That's Colton Kayser. And we're coming to you live from Monmouth Music, right here in beautiful downtown Red Bank, New Jersey. So you've been doing this for about 13 years now.
A long time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
True. Have any moments you can look back on? Like, what was your defining moment? When was it that I know you got the guitar, but a lot, when I was 13, I probably got a new bike. I didn't want to become a cyclist. You got a guitar and you started fiddling with it and learning how to play it, started writing music. But what was your watershed moment? What was it that spoke to you and said, you know what, I want to do this the rest of my life?
I'm just listening to the radio, and I picked up the guitar. It's been my focus. It's what I think about all day, every day, for literally.
So you're inspired by certain. Who are your influences? Who when you turned on that radio, who did you say?
Well, I mean, originally, it was basically the music that was popular at the time. Especially, like, I listened to K-Rock a lot back in the day, which was New York's rock radio station.
K-Rock.
Yeah, and this is, like, early 2000s. But, like, it evolved from there. I like folk music a lot. I like Americana a lot. I like really, really good, just straight-up rock styles a lot. A lot of bands. Well, the bands that I like John Prine. I think he's a great songwriter. I like Dawes. They're a great band. My Morning Jacket's a great band. Wilco. I'm a huge Wilco fan.
Are you?
Yeah, big time. Dylan, that's kind of obvious, but
No.
yeah, but I like music that says something. I like music that has a point, or the songwriter's trying to make a point, or there's some imagery involved that makes a point. It's not just about partying or whatever along those lines.
Well, yeah, right. I know, it's kind of funny. I was listening to somebody, I can't remember who it was, again, it escapes me, but they were talking about people, vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Their vocals aren't good enough to make it, they're never going to do it. Oh, I know what it was. We were having a discussion about shows like The Voice,
right,
and American Idol, how you get these people who think that they have to be these amazing, incredible singers to make music or to get their point across or to write something that's going to. And whoever we were having a discussion with, they were like, well, if that's the case, there would have been no Neil Young or Bob Dylan.
For me, and I mean, I can only speak for myself, but for me, the song has to be good. The rest of it, if the song is good, the rest of it doesn't matter.
And what do you mean by the song?
If the writing's good, if the hooks are good, if there's something that you can really follow and listen to and kind of absorb yourself in, just kind of get absorbed into it, I guess would be the right way to say that. Then it's good. I mean, there's some pop music. There's some top 40 that I like. I kind of look at top 40 like candy, essentially, like Ross Teeth, you know what I mean? Not all of it, but some of it.
Like those boxes of chocolates where you're, kind of looking at
yeah.
I want that cream over there. I want this one over there.
I mean, I'll listen to basically any style of music. There's a lot of good music out there. As long as the music's well written, I don't think you need an incredible voice. I mean, you can look at Bob Dylan, for example. That's the obvious reference. I just finished Bruce Springsteen's book, and he's devoted basically a section about his voice because of that. He's doing all right. The dude's a good songwriter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know.
Actually, have you seen the this month's New Jersey Stage magazine?
No, I have not.
Gary asked the question in there: which Springsteen song best sums up your life?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's got a point because there's so many tunes that he wrote that you can think about, especially if you grew up, especially
around
if you
here,
grew up in New Jersey,
in this immediate area,
right?
Yeah.
But for me, it was One Step Up,
mm-hmm.
which apparently Kenny Chesney has redone, which I found odd. But One Step Up off of Tunnel of Love, I think it was. And at the time I was going through my divorce is when that came out. And
right.
It was not when it came out after that, but
it helped you get through it, is what you're trying to say.
This is my life.
Right.
This guy just wrote my life. And to be touched that way, and I was never a real big Springsteen fan.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy his music, but I enjoy it more now as a quote unquote mature adult than I did as a 20-something-year-old kid. When Born in the USA came out in '84, and I started hearing stuff like, sitting in your car outside your house, I could feel the heat coming around. And then, that song is about all of a sudden the girl's not as interested in you. Or songs like Bobby Jean or No Surrender.
Right.
I mean, that took me back to my youth, and to be able to write tunes like that is amazing. It's just unbelievable, and I know that's what you strive for.
Well, I think we all share common experiences, with different details, but
Right.
if you can portray an emotion or a certain event, or if you can something that's affecting you, if you can get that down on paper and you can write something about it, and it's the honest truth of what it is, I think it can connect with people, and that's kind of what I aim for.
I think that's the key, is to connect.
Yeah.
And obviously you're starting to do that.
Thank you.
where there would be no market for Colton Kayser out in the Midwest. You know what I mean? And I mean, I think it's fabulous. Well, you know, I think you're
Thanks.
incredibly talented anyway. But just like these pastries, you were enjoying those pastries.
Oh, yeah, I think I've eaten a number of them. Part of being a musician is you don't eat as often as you'd like. So when I saw that, I was,
right? Well, you feel free to dig in because they're rather, and I can't thank them enough. They're our most recent sponsor, Antoinette Boulangerie. They specialize in creating delicate and sophisticated works of art using only the highest quality ingredients. Located at 32 Monmouth Street in the heart of downtown Red Bank, New Jersey, they are a fully operational bakery with all baking done on premises daily. In addition to the handmade variety of croissants and Danish, Antoinette's also offers a dizzying array of traditional French pastries, macaroons, cookies, and savory treats. Find us at AntoinetteBoulangerie.com. As a matter of fact, as I said, Nash is like my right-hand man here on the show. And he's prepping for Christmas right now, actually. And he may even wind up going to Antoinette's Boulangerie.
He's kringling.
Right?
Yeah.
That's right. So if you guys are in Antoinette's Boulangerie, any of you people here from Studio Arts, make sure you take it. Can we get a shot of Nash over there, Audra, so we can see exactly what you'll be looking for? There he is. Nash is the best right there. He is the man. Correct. That's the guy you're looking for right there. Nash. The man that is Nash. So he will be sucking some of these down after the show.
Solid.
You look like you need some milk. Is that water or coffee? What are you drinking?
There's water. I'm good.
You notice I ran out of coffee and I'm not coughing anymore?
That's a fair point.
I'm telling you, they roofied my coffee. Thank you, Nash. It's a pleasure for you to. Where'd you park the sleigh anyway?
It's over there in the parking lot.
In the parking.
Yeah.
In the sleigh parking only. All right. You are watching One More with Danny Coleman. At least I hope you're still watching One More. I am Danny Coleman. That's Nash back there. We have the crew here tonight. We've got Tom. We've got Audra. Everybody out there in the control room is they're probably great. Oh, here comes Matt now. Am I getting fired right on the air?
I just want to come in and say about how terrible that last segment was, and I just want to apologize to the viewers.
Well, thank you very much.
We took an idea that we shouldn't have done.
That's better than him sending me signs. At least he came out here and told me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But that is Nash, the man called Nash. He's a mystery man.
Thank you, Nash.
Thank you, Nash. Thank you very much. So, how do you keep busy when you're on the road between gigs?
Well, it's a lot of travel,
Yeah.
and we go to, for example, we were in Cleveland.
Yeah, other than kidnapping your friend at midnight by saying I'm going to the 7-Eleven.
He willingly came. Let's put it that way. We had a good time. But, no, I mean, it depends on what city you're in. It also depends on who you're staying with. If you're staying with another artist or you're staying with someone who, generally is tight with you, or they'll show you the area. They'll show you where to go. In Cleveland, we hung out with my friend Michelle Gaw, who's also a talented songwriter. And we dragged her all over downtown, And then we took her to the Rock Hall, where they have like this picture where it's like a touristy thing, and she didn't want to do it, but we like dragged her into the picture. So like there's like a picture of her with us, and like we're all looking like nerds and whatever. But we like put it on her fridge and stuff. You just like, or there's a band called Illiterate Light. They're from Harrisonburg, Virginia. We stayed at their house, and they have a permaculture site. Their house is a permaculture site.
Okay.
So basically, it's this like massive garden in the back, and it grows. You name what kind of vegetable, they got it. And I guess the way permaculture works, and don't quote me on it because I know nothing about permaculture. They let the plants grow naturally the way they would. So when they harvest the plants, they don't necessarily plant them back in the same spot. It's just kind of the way the plants work. That was also my 4:00 in the morning explanation I was given. So who knows if that's wrong or right? But do
you often tour permaculture gardens at 4
No,
a.m.?
that was very special, man. But there's. You hang out with whoever you're staying with, or somebody who in the city, and they show you a part of their lives. It's very cool to witness different cultures. within even our own culture, and how people work in different towns and cities and different lifestyles.
Oh yeah.
There's times where we're playing for some super working class people, and then there's times where we're playing for some super white collar people. You know what I mean? It's kind of the luck of the draw. I was in Pittsburgh the other day, and I walked into the bar, and everybody was smoking cigarettes, and I was like, in New Jersey, that's illegal.
Right.
So, and I hadn't seen that since I was, I don't know, 12, 11, whenever they made it illegal. So that kind of took me aback. There's just little different nuances to every place you go to. Different the way people say things, slang words, food. We eat a lot of local food. I try to eat a lot of local food. I'm a big hot dog fan, so I try to go and get whatever the local hot dog is. I try to get that. If you ever go to Baltimore, there's a place called Stuggy's in Baltimore. They have this hot dog. It's called the Crab Mac dog. And when I ordered it, the guy behind the counter was like, "That hot dog's gonna change your life." And I was like, "All right." So it's a hot dog with mac and cheese on top, and then lump crab meat on top of that. And I came back. I was like, "Yeah, it changed my life, dude. It was dope." And he was like, "Told you." You know what I mean? Or there's a hot dog place in Nashville called I Dream a Weenie. It's right in East Nashville, which is
I Dream a Weenie.
Yeah,
that's classic.
Yeah, East Nashville's phenomenal. We were in a club where everybody was dressed like it was 1974, and I felt right at home. I was like, "Yes, I can do this. This is cool."
Beautiful.
Yeah, but there's just the way that different lifestyles and how people live, and just I don't know. You get to experience different things, which is nice. So for case in point, we're in the middle of the richest part of New Jersey on the planet, the only part of New Jersey on the planet. But I kind of feel like this area focuses a lot on material things. So everybody's got this massive house that's full of stuff that they don't necessarily use or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You go to people's houses in other parts of the country, it's everything they need and that's it. And that's the way they want it. You know what I mean? Which is kind of cool. It's refreshing to see that not everybody's so materialistic.
Now you mentioned Colorado before.
Mm-hmm.
I found that the nicest people I've ever encountered when I've traveled have been from the Rocky Mountain region, Montana, Wyoming.
Yep.
The Dakotas. There's so much. They seem just so much more trusting, so much more relaxed, so much nicer.
Oh, I think
there's no pressures or stress.
I think that's our northeastern traits are not used to that. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, people are a lot nicer when you get out of the area. Not to say we're not nice. It's just we're definitely a lot more stressed out and fast paced, and
distracted.
Making moves.
I think.
Yeah, making moves or whatever.
Yeah, we're definitely distracted here.
Yeah, and I mean, there's something to be said for kind of relaxing and enjoying life instead of being stressed out all the time.
Right.
So.
No, you're 100% correct. It's amazing. Well, of course, out there, I don't know any clubs. I mean, I'm sure there are some. I don't know of them where you could go to, in New York City, the bitter end, and see a band at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Just coming on the stage.
Yeah, it depends on what city you're in. I mean, but I've witnessed them for sure.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite city while you were traveling so far?
I like Nashville a lot. It's a very cool city. I can relate to it, especially East Nashville. I can relate to. What else? I like Pittsburgh a lot. The people of Pittsburgh are really nice. Harrisonburg, Virginia is a great town. I would compare it to Asbury in the way that the artists tour and help each other out and trade. Yeah, they have a very cool scene going on. Providence, Rhode Island is a great city. I really like Providence a lot. Coffee milk. I don't know if anybody's ever had coffee milk. Well, I'm sure somebody on the internet has had coffee milk, but it's like chocolate milk, but they use coffee syrup instead. It's its own brand of syrup, and it's the Rhode Island drink, and it's delicious. Where else? Everywhere has its own little spot. I like Philly a lot. I'd never really been to Philly, before I started playing, just because it's so overshadowed by New York for us. Because they're kind of
from you being from where you live.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of equidistant. I guess Philly's a little further south, but I don't know. It's just if you're going to see a show or something, I'd rather go to Philly just because you don't have to pay a ridiculous amount of money or figure out how to park or train or whatever. Go to see the show, you know what I mean? The ticket's way less.
It's funny. I live where I live from New York City.
Right.
I'm a 40-minute drive to Philadelphia, and then an hour or less to anywhere on the Jersey Shore except for like Cape May.
Right.
You know.
And don't get me wrong, I love New York City. It's definitely got its own vibe and its own feel, you know. But case in point, I'm like a big Mets fan, and I've only seen the Mets play at Citizens Bank because I can get like, you know, first baseline like 6 rows back for like $60.
Right.
Try that at Citi Field. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Or Yankee Stadium for
Oh,
the Yankees. Yeah.
Well, one time my aunt, she got us these tickets. They were really like probably like 30, 40 rows back, but like nice. The seats were like car seats. They were not stadium seats. And there was like a waiter with a menu and all that stuff. But anyway, I had a box in one hand, which was full of like hot dogs and stuff, and I had a soda in the other hand. And whoever it was popped a fly ball like right at me while I'm holding the stuff. And I had like an internal dialogue in my head where I was like, ball, food, ball, food, ball, food. And then I stepped aside, and it landed like right where the box was. I could have caught it, but I would have been covered in whatever, you know what I mean? So I was like, nah, I'm going to let that one go. That would be if we want to figure out how I work internally. That's in a nutshell. It's probably food.
Food?
Yeah, food
Okay.
is probably the main drive.
That's all right. See?
Yeah.
So you want to sing for your supper. You want to keep going.
Yeah.
It's so funny. At any time yes, Matt.
I was gonna say you should have seen his reaction when we told him about the pastries.
Yeah, so I was very excited about the
Well,
pastries.
he's been. That's why they're here.
Yeah.
He's the first guest I think that has partaken throughout the show.
I've been slaying the pastries.
That's right.
Yeah.
The pastry slayer.
Oh please, we have plenty.
Yeah. Well, the other thing
Either
is,
way.
Courtesy of Antoinette Boulangerie.
I ate
see?
2 slices of pizza too in here before these things.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're out of control. Well, that's all right too.
I'm gonna keep eating.
That's
too.
why it's here. See, this is the show that feeds you.
Yeah, I got no problem eating food. Let's put it that way.
Well,
If there's food out, I have no problem eating
you
it.
go for it, right?
If it was once living and it's edible, I'll eat it.
Which brings us to a whole nother question: Are vegetables living?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. We'll skip those.
Vegetable, no vegetable.
I mean, I've gotten better. My tastes have gotten, I guess, more adult in a sense with food, but I
Yeah,
still
you're eating
like
fancy pastries now.
Yeah, I still like a good burger.
What do you? When you go on the road, you said you like to eat the local food.
Yeah, and like we try to eat healthy. Not so much. I not like the first couple tours we were on like a budget, so we would like go to like a food store and buy like bags of kale and like. You know, since kale's like a superfood, like you could survive off that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We would find like a really cheap alternative that would keep you full. I mean, we made a lot of peanut butter and banana sandwiches and stuff like that. But now that I've kind of figured out how to, you know, survive a little better on the road, we eat a little better now. But I try to eat relatively healthy. Not to say I don't have lapses because
Like mac and cheese smothered hot dogs.
yeah, not to say I don't have lapses, but like the other thing is like sometimes you got an 8-hour drive or whatever, and like you need to be somewhere, like they need you at a certain time, and it's just like unrealistic to stop somewhere without eating something really quick. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which dictates fast food.
You don't. Yeah.
But yeah, but I got to tell you, physically speaking, when I'm on the road, I probably feel better than at home because I eat better for the most part.
Dude, really?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't want to feel terrible 800 miles from home. You know what I mean?
Well, you're also you're home. So many times people sit home and they let's say like if it's raining,
Right.
a lot of people eat out of boredom.
Yeah,
They eat
well, that's because
breakfast
it's
and they're
just
like,
there.
Yeah, let me see what's in the fridge.
Yeah, it's just there,
A couple
that's
hours
why.
later, you get up to stretch your legs after you've been laying around on a couch watching, reruns of OneMore with Danny Coleman, and you turn around and you're like, let me get something to eat, And
I got a buddy who was on the road for about 3 months, and he was telling me that he only eats once a day. He tries to eat once a day. And he said it's more of a mental thing because we're so used to eating all the time
Right.
that, like, you can, if you really balance your diet the right way, you don't have to eat all the time.
See,
which
I
is
can
kinda
do
interesting.
that if I have breakfast.
Mhm.
If I have a big breakfast, I can go all day without.
Yeah,
eating.
and, like, I mean, I can't do once a day, but he seemed to make it work, so,
No, good for him. So what's next? What is coming up for Colton Kayser?
Well, I mean, the December, I have a couple solo shows coming up. I'm playing tomorrow at Pierce Church in Farmingdale for the Pierce Sessions. Do you know David Vargo? He runs that.
I know the name, but I don't think I've ever met him personally.
He's a cool guy. He's a good songwriter.
Okay.
he hosts these like songwriter sessions in this church in Farmingdale, and it's a cool like old church. I've driven by it a million times. I always wondered what it looked like on the inside. Now I'm gonna find out. So I'm doing that. I'm playing Cold Weather Company's one of their record release shows at the Court Tavern.
In New Brunswick.
Yes. I'm booking right now for a tour in March, and then I'm gonna. I just got done with my first band weekender. Essentially, it was the first time I've ever taken a band out, on the road. Not that it was that far. It was Reading, Pennsylvania. But
where'd you play in Reading?
we played this place called the Musty Basement. It's a house venue.
Okay.
It's near Albright College in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
And
I have ex-family members that went to
Nice.
Albright.
yeah, so there's more band shows coming. I'm just, right now I'm waiting for confirmation, so I can't really announce anything. But I'm also playing December 30th. You call me at an interesting time because I usually don't play locally as much as I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
But I kind of play the local area maybe once a month, and usually with the band. I try not to do solo stuff as much anymore. Because you kind of cut your draw if you do that too much.
Are you performing at the Asbury Music Awards on Thursday?
No, not this year. I have in the past, but
Yeah,
not
I know
this
you
year.
have in the past. That's
Yeah.
why I asked. Was it last year or the year before?
No, it was a while ago. It was like probably 2012 or 13.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it was, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I was there, and I saw you. As I said, I'm nominated, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it this year. So of course, I might actually win because I won't be there.
I'll accept it. Don't worry.
Accept the award on my
I'll
behalf.
accept it. Yeah.
So, websites again, one more time. How do we find Colton Kayser and his music?
Well, you can go to www.coltonkayser.com. It's COLTONKAYSER. That's COLTONKAYSER. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is at COLTON.KAYSER. So it's Colton.Kayser. I'm sure if you search my name, though, it'll pop up anyway. Facebook would be facebook.com/Colton Kayser. Twitter is twitter.com/Colton Kayser. I think that covers SoundCloud. You can find me on SoundCloud. Just search my name on
okay.
SoundCloud.
Reverb Nation. We have a Reverb Nation site?
I do, but I'm not active on it.
How do we get your disc?
My CD? You can actually go to my website. Has a store, and I actually have vinyl for this record. I got vinyl cut, and
No. Where'd you get that done?
the place called Stereo Disc. It's in Kenilworth, New Jersey. They're very good, and they work with a lot of indies, and they're very creative, and they let you kind of run with it. The color of my record is it's like a mustardy colored, but mustardy color. But the official name for it is translucent orange. But it fits with the scheme of my record, which is cool, like the color scheme. But they do crazy things. I've seen them do swirls, and I've seen them quilt, almost like a quilt finish. Different colors.
I get CDs all the time
Mm-hmm.
in the mail, and I actually got one. It was put in. I don't know who produced this for them, because I really don't remember who it was from looking. But it was actually the disc itself was put in the back pocket of a pair of blue jeans. And
Nice.
That's what the cover was.
That's awesome.
The cover was blue jeans. You know.
Well,
They're getting very creative.
I
these
see a
days.
lot of, especially with DIY artists, because they tend to put everything together themselves. I see a lot of interesting CD holders, designs, merch booths, merch stands.
There's another vinyl presser
Mm-hmm.
in my hometown where I currently live, and my hometown's like 3 square miles. It's not, and I have no idea where this place is.
Right.
But I saw it on Facebook. It was a thing from a newscast had gone there and did a story on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where the heck is this? I have an idea. I'm going to track them down.
Nice.
Well, you know what, Colton? I'm going to let you get ready to perform.
Okay.
For those of you at home that are just tuning in, you tuned in at a good time. I wish you'd been here all night, but you tuned in at a good time because our good buddy Colton Kayser is getting ready to perform. You're going to do a couple tunes for us?
Sure.
Right? One right after the other. What are they? Are they from the new album, the old album, one of each?
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the first one's called Love My Life. It was one of the singles off of Place to Settle, which is my current record.
Okay.
I'm starting to write for the next one. I think I'm going to play a new one because I feel like doing that.
Has it ever been heard before?
I've gigged it a couple times.
Has it ever been heard on radio or any media?
I don't think so.
World premiere here on One More with Danny Coleman. All right, well, while you're doing that, while you're getting ready,
Oh, man down.
Whoa, man down. Look at that. While you're getting ready. I had to do that because somebody sabotaged me with the candy cane here. I cannot get out around it. I see, between the staff trying to roofie my coffee and the candy cane, I've had a bad 48 hours. But where you at? Oh, here you are, Audra, over here. Okay, I'm going to wander over this way to you. Audra's she's one of our top-notch. See? He got a little offended, I think. We're going to talk right now about Monmouth Music. Established in 1987, Monmouth Music is located in the center of historic Red Bank, New Jersey. For 30 years, Monmouth Music has served the local and traveling musician with brand name instruments and accessories at everyday low prices. Monmouth Music also welcomes aspiring musicians of all levels with a broad selection of affordable instruments, including school orchestra instruments for both sale and rental. Monmouth Music provides student lessons of all levels by their long-tenured music teaching staff. In addition to providing brand name instruments and complete lesson plans for students, Monmouth Music is home to Bob Pinto's Guitar Hospital, specializing in string instrument repairs. There's also an in-house professional amplifier repair service by BP Electronics. Monmouth Music is owner-operated by our good friend Mario DiBartolo, and he ensures that you will get professional and personal service every day. Come to Red Bank, New Jersey, and visit Monmouth Music. Make the trip. You won't be disappointed. And I'm positive I'm going to lay my reputation on the line, which you take that for what it's worth, but that you won't be disappointed by this guy right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Colton Kayser.
Thank you.
Dirty clothes and busted shoes, sleeping in a place that don't smell like you. And I'm so tired of it all. Big dreams and little money, everything I need except you, honey. Well, I can't even hear you when you call. Miles and miles away from coming home to stay. It's been a while since I said I love you. It's been a while since I held you at night. Baby, you know I know all this distance, it ain't easy for you. Ooh, love of my life. Ooh, love of my life. Old photos of home, everything that we've ever known. Guess that's where you are right now. Have faith, do trust everything I do, I must. I know it's so hard to see through the doubt. Miles and miles away from coming home to stay. It's been a while since I said I love you. It's been a while since I held you at night. Baby, you know I know all this distance, it ain't easy for you. Ooh, love my life. I'm out here all alone, and I'm wondering where you are. Everyone tells me you're long gone. You should've stayed home and I should've held on. Well, you know I thought I'd be alright. It's been a while since I said I love you. It's been a while. Oh, you know I know all this distance ain't easy for you. Ooh, love of my life. Ooh, baby, I know, you love of my life. Thank you.
I'd like to vouch for Monmouth Music. I spent a lot of money here. I'm gonna tune real quick. This song's new. It's called Anymore.
I'm just waiting for your call, but I know you're working. That's what's important after all. You're so certain. Oh, I tried. Oh, I tried. Oh, I cried. Oh, I cried. But I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. You don't deserve me anymore. Terrible with lies. You're an easy read. I know you do it to not hurt me, but they make my wounds bleed. Oh, I tried. Oh, I tried. No, I cried. Oh, I cried. I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. You don't deserve. I'm not your family, nor your insecurities. I've just become your scapegoat. When I used to be your raincoat.
Thank you.
Hey, there you go. Colton Kayser, everybody, here on One More with Danny Coleman. And I cannot thank you enough, buddy, for bailing me out.
You got it,
Always
man.
a pleasure. Colton Kayser. One More with Danny Coleman. Look us up on Facebook. Find Colton on Facebook, Reverb Nation, Twitter, Instagram, which you do more on Instagram, right? I was paying attention. Just look up Colton Kayser, Kayser. Until next week, everybody have a good week. Tune in. Look for us more on Facebook Live. Thank you, Mario DiBartolo of Monmouth Music right here, Antoinette's Boulangerie, and the Downtown All-Stars of Red Bank. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Clear.
Nice.
Good.
That was a good